Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and staying back once again with some more Pokemon trading card game pocket matches. Today's video, I feel like trying out this Raikou deck that I put together, see if I can manage to win a game or two online with it. This deck is really simple in its composition. We're working around Raikou, Tapu Koko EX, and Oricorio, and really the fundamental game plan of this deck is just speed and getting started fast. With Raikou, what we have at the active spot, like with all the EX versions of the legendary dogs, we get to draw a card at the end of our turn, and Tapu Koko can get started really quickly if it's our first Pokemon or active Pokemon, because it can add energy into itself, and we have Oricorio to act as our wall as we try to get our Tapu Koko or Raikou built up, so we can start striking and doing damage here. But yeah, it's pretty simple. This is all we're trying to do, is just be faster than our opponent, see if we can overcome more of the damage-centric and focused deck. That is the main drawback of this deck, of course, but it doesn't get started fast, but it doesn't do exactly the damage that some other cards like Blaziken or Charizard or anything do. But we're going to see if we can work around that anyway. But I will have the entire deck list in the description of the video below, should you want to try this deck out yourself or simply improve upon it. And yeah, that's enough of me rambling, and we're going to go into the event that's going on right now, see if we can manage to climb up the ladder there. But that's enough of me rambling, and I'll be back when I find my first match. Alrighty, looks like I found my first opponent here, and we are going first. Not ideal, but not the worst thing in the world, because none of the cards that are running in our deck require a high volume of energy to get started. All right, we're going up against a steel type deck, so I do wondering what we could be going up against. Maybe Solgaleo. It is Solgaleo. All right, let's see if we can get started before their boss monster comes out. Alright, we got a Rocky Helmet, so we can deter them hitting us, at least to start for a little bit. And we draw another Raikou. Won't complain about that. And we can't do nothing. So, or we can do nothing. We can't do nothing? I don't know what the hell I was saying. We can't do anything else at the moment, so we're just going to end our turn. I can't speak because I'm a moron. All right, well, hopefully, well, at least they can't evolve on their first turn, but hopefully we can get started before they can. But because if we went first, we are behind a turn, so hopefully they don't draw into that Solgaleo very quickly and don't get a... Oh my god, what's the name of the evolve for Morlo? I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, the effect of that card lets you search your deck, or not search your deck, but it pulls out a random card, basic or evolve card. I can't speak today. My god. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. All right. Well, there's not really a whole lot I can do here at the moment. I could switch in one of the Cosmogs, but there'd really be no point to it. We draw another X speed. All right, please don't have Solgaleo. Shiinotic. That's what I don't know why. I wanted to call it more Shroom for some dumbass reason. But it's Shiinotic. Now, more likely than not, they have Solgaleo now. Probably, definitely, for sure now. Probably just searching for the rare candy that they need to get them out here. So we just have to hope that doesn't come to pass. They put an energy into each of their Cosmogs. And they can't attack with Shiinotic, which is a plus. And they got another Morlul coming out. Now, I could play Sabrina, but more than likely they would bring out the Morlul just to not take any damage on Cosmog. So it might benefit me to just hold on to it for the moment. All right, we get another energy into our Raikou. And I think I want to put Rocky Helmet on. Maybe I should hold on to it just in case they have a Guzma. All right, well, we'll just attack. And then hurt one of the Cosmogs. And we get a Cyrus, so I can forcibly bring one in if we're not out of time here to play against Solgaleo. But now they can pull 2 cards out. So one of them is going to be Solgaleo. Like, let's be real. Okay. They still not have it yet? I mean, they have to have it now, unless they're running 2 Cosmoems. And there it is. Alright, unfortunately, it didn't really behoove me to switch anything in really too much. Namely because I can switch for free. But well, I don't know why I was talking about tagging anything in. Because they're going to be able to attack as soon as they swap. Or they're going to be able to attack this turn because they have an energy to spare and Solgaleo can move himself to the front. Alright, we're going to bring Tapu Koko in because I have an X speed and can bring him out. Alright, he's going to heal that 10 immediately. Alright, we got another Tapu Koko to play with here. Alright, we're going to play X speed to get the lad out. Retreat back into our Raikou. And we're going to put energy into this Raikou because he gets started in less turns than Tapu Koko will. Because of that, I'm just going to go ahead and put the Rocky Helmet onto him too. And we'll take the 60 here. And do the 10 to Shiinotic. Alright, now unfortunately we need 3 turns to KO the Solgaleo. I mean, not taking into account the 20 we're going to do to it. But they can swap here, which is a problem. And that Lily kind of sets everything back as well. Alright, they are going to opt to just swing here. Alright, so they're back to 160. We have 2 Cyruses, so I'm actually gonna... We'll put energy into Tapu Koko, I guess. Since we can put energy into Raikou next turn and get it going. And might as well play Professor Oak here. Alright, unfortunately I don't have any bench space for Oricorio. We kind of got into Oricorio too late. And we get a Sabrina here. Now, hopefully they don't have a second Lily. I mean, they probably do. They're building up Shiinotic. I mean, they got really nothing else they need to put energy to. Alright, they're going to attack with Solgaleo. Take 20 here. Alright, let's bring in our Raikou. Alright, they're going to heal here. They can't actually swing on us with this active Solgaleo, or else they'll get KO'd. They put an energy in the Raikou. Play it. Oh, nope, I do not want to play Cyrus. Let's not play Cyrus. That's not what I wanted. Well, that's going to screw me horribly, because I don't want to play Cyrus. Okay, for the love of God, I just wanted this Oricorio. That's all I was trying to get done there. Alright. Guess we're just going to swing here. I'll take out the Shiinotic. Alright, now they have to have a Cyrus to for sure guarantee a win. Hopefully they don't have it. Alright, they play Pokeball. Alright, now they can't attack me here. I don't know why they're playing all their effects. Alright, they're going to make the switch here. Now, red could also get them in game as well. We put red leftovers on this Solgaleo. Alright, I think we actually just win here. There's nothing they can really do to beat me. Because we're going to get 2 points after we Cyrus in this Solgaleo that's on their bench. Alright, we got no cards left. This will just put an energy into Tapu Koko. And now I want to play you, Cyrus. Let's bring in this bring this Solgaleo in. And we'll go ahead and attack here. I guess do 10 damage to Solgaleo in the back as we can. And we do manage to eke out a win in a game that I did not think we would win because of the slow start we kind of got off to. But we were able to outlive and outlast Solgaleo somehow, some way. But hopefully we can manage to string a few more wins together as we go along here. But good games to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here. And we're going first again. Again, not ideal, but we'll work with what we got here. You have Oricorio and Tapu Koko to play with. So we'll start out with Tapu Koko for now. Especially since we have an X speed in hand, so we can swap out quickly if we need to. It really just depends on what their opening card is. Alright, Cleffa, so don't really have to worry about taking any damage with Tapu Koko here, so that's fine. Go ahead and put Rocky Helmet on the Tapu Koko as well. Actually, we'll play Pokeball first so we can mill out our deck further. Gives us another Tapu Koko. We'll hold him in hand just in case I have another Oricorio. And we got 2 Raikous. Okay, we'll put a Raikou on our bench as well. I'm tempted to X-Speed Tapu Koko out. But we'll keep him in the active spot, actually. Just so we can build him faster. If we can get to doing 90 damage before they can get to whatever their game plan is, all the better for us. So they're running fire energy, so this could be anything. It could be Blaziken, just because Mega's what's popped right now, because it's the new hotness. Let's see what they got. Also, I think this is the first time I've actually seen someone play Cleffa. So what's to do? Put a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Okay. So it just gives them a way to draw into what they need, and they're running Heatmore in their deck. What does this variant of Heatmore do? Alright, this does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Good to know. Now, what are they going to opt to do here? They could swap Heatmore in, start dealing damage to Oricorio. In this case, they do have EXs in their deck that they are opting to play around. But we shall see. They are taking a lot of time to think. What will you do? Well, they have like 20 seconds left to make a move. They got 10, and they conceded already. So I guess they must have just had an absolutely abysmal hand that they were working with here. So we do manage to steal a win without actually having to do anything. But yeah, I probably should be showing, since this is an event, like what level I've gotten to. So I'm at B1. I had won 4 matches, including that last one prior. So yeah, we're at B1 right now. I don't know how high it actually goes. I presume it goes from B to A, probably, if I know my alphabet, but we'll see. All right, well, good game to that opponent, I guess. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here. And we do finally have some good luck on our side, so we can go second here. And we'll start out with Raikou. I'm going to put Oricorio on our bench. I see Mewtwo card sleeves. So are they playing the old Mewtwo Gardevoir combo? The answer is no. Alright, Swablu. So what are we going up against? All right, first time I've seen that, but I don't even know what that did. Let me look at you. All right, put 2 random base Pokemon with 50 health or less into your hand. Okay. Are we going up against Espeon, possibly? That new Eevee is really good, where you can evolve the same turn that is played. That seems very strong to my limited knowledge here. Alright, we can't attack just yet. We can do that on our next turn, though. We drive, we draw an Ino. So we can mill our deck out if we have to. Or at least swap our cards out, I should say. Alright, they're going to run Sylveon here. Now, they're going to opt to attack with Raikou. No, they're going to swap. That means they probably already have an Eevee that they need. I doubt they'd want to concede the Eevee immediately. Alright, they got another Sylveon. Alright, we do have an Oricorio to play around not getting hit if we have to. Their deck's already almost gone. They have 4 cards and I have 13. Alright, we do have Sabrina as well. Alright, so we got 2 Sabrinas and a Cyrus, and we have our Ino. We'll attack the Sylveon. We'll chip away at this Wobbly back there. And we get an X-Speed, so if we have to get Raikou out in a hurry, we can. I guess game plan now is to be building up our Oricorio so we can't take damage from the Sylveons. Alright, they got nothing else to grab, so this is their deck. Alright, they got Dust Noir. I forget what Dust Noir does. Oh, that's right. Swablu evolves into a Ataria. I forgot about that. Alright. What's this do? For each of your bench Pokemon. Alright. That's going to be a shit ton of damage. Now, the only non-EX Pokemon they have is Dusk Noir. Not gonna lie, I kind of wanted my other Oricorio, so if they did have like a Sabrina or something that I could not give them the option to swap into it. So I'm pretty sure I know what comes next. We're gonna get Raikou out. And we're gonna bring in Oricorio. Now this is stupid. We're gonna play Ino here. Just because I want to see if I can get my second Oricorio so they can't forcibly swap in. And I didn't get it, okay. So they can forcibly swap in a Raikou if they have a Sabrina. Which is not ideal, and they're building up their Dust Noir so they can one-shot the Oricorio. Alright, we get another Sabrina. I'm gonna put an energy into Oricorio here. We're gonna oak it up. Alright, we do have a Cyrus, but I can't play it yet. And we are going to take out this Sylveon. They can't draw because they have no cards. You know, I could, in theory, just Cyrus that in now. And they won't be able to hurt me. So I'm going to actually just go ahead and do that. Alright, well, thank you for that. And they conceded. Yeah, they knew that where that was going. That was a big misplay by them to do that. But in all fairness, I didn't know I had two Cyruses in hand either. Well, all right, we managed to eke that one out. I do believe I will go find one more game to see if we can push this further. But now we're up to 6 wins in the new event, and we'll see if we can get 7. But a good game that opponent. Now back when I find one more match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent here. And we do have the good fortune of going second once again. We have Raikou and Tapu Koko. Who do I want to start with? Since we're going second, I think I'm going to opt to start with Tapu Koko, actually. Since we get into our damage faster. And we do have an Oricorio to start, which is nice. And they're running a dark deck, so we're going up against a Mega Absol. Alright, well, they have to start. And what's he do? I know we have to discard something from our hand. A supporter card. Okay. So they can make us throw away our Cyrus. Well, they conceded immediately. Holy shit. Well, that was a fast one. They must have bricked something awful for them to have it just immediately quit after that. Well, that puts us up to 7. Well, that was going to be the last match, but that seems kind of an anticlimactic note to end off on. So I will find one more match instead. But good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my for real last game. Alright, looks like I found my for real final opponent here. And the good luck's going to come to an end as we have to go first here. But we do start out with Raikou and Tapu Koko. We're going to put Raikou on the active spot since we're going second. I see water energy, so it looks like we might be going up against Greninja and Suicune. Alright, put a Rocky Helmet into our Raikou. And we'll play Pokeball, which gives us another Raikou here. I'll go ahead and set that on our bench. Alright, at the very least, we do have the type advantage. So let's see if we can hopefully get our Raikou going before they can draw into Greninja. Now the question is if they're running that new Greninja EX, or if they're running just the Sniper Greninja, we'll call it. And if they've opted to pair it with Suswing. If I was a betting man, I would say yes. We shall see. They're taking a long time to think about what their next move is. Right, they play May. May's a newer card. I'm not sure what May does. I have to look at it and read so I know. Alright, they're taking a long time to decide. They're very calculative, say. What in the world does May do? And they are running Suicune. Put 2 random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. For each Pokemon you put into your hand in this way, choose a Pokemon from your deck. Okay. So you can just put a card into your hand that way. And they're also running Giratina. And they're going to opt to tag into Suicune. And power up their Giratina as well. Alright, we'll get an Ino. Put an energy into Raikou for the time being. And that's all I can really do. Alright, next turn we can attack and start sniping the Froakie. But we just gotta hope they don't draw into a rare candy instantaneously. Alright, they put an energy into their Suicune. And they're gonna build their Giratina further. Alright, we draw into Sabrina. Put an energy into our Raikou. We'll also oak it up here. Alright, we get another Rocky Helmet that we'll hold on to. We don't have either of our Oricorios yet, which is a problem. And we'll start tagging away at that Froakie back there. There's an Oricorio. That's what I wanted to see. Alright, they got another Froakie. Alright, they've already got their Greninja now. So now they can start sniping. Now they're going to auto attack with Suicune here, or just get Suicune out. Alright, so we're going to hurt the Raikou we have on our bench. And they're going to Cyrus in said Raikou. I felt like it would have been smarter to take out the one that couldn't attack. Alright, let's go ahead and get one Oricorio out. Now it's going to get sniped, but I want to be able to swing. So we're going to play our X speed. And get this Raikou out. Bring this one in. We're going to lose it no matter what, unfortunately. Now, they can't attack with Giratina next turn, which is also good. So we're going to play Oak here. Get another Tapu Koko. And we're going to go ahead and shoot the Suicune. I call it Suicune, excuse me. I can't read. I, for some reason, want to add 10 eyes to Suicune. Alright, we get another X speed here. And then they're going to snipe our Raikou. Which I knew that was going to happen already. Alright. So if I leave Raikou in here, we will lose next turn. And he's got another Greninja. But it's Greninja EX, so it actually can't attack. Or snipe, I should say. So they can't switch just yet. Okay, we're in a bad situation because that Greninja on the bench can make it to where you can trade your active Pokemon, water Pokemon in with one of your bench water Pokemon. And if I leave a Raikou in here, it is going to get one shot by Giratina. And if I bring Oricorio in, it is going to get one shot by Greninja. So we're kind of... just not in a good position. But I can... we're going to swap. Because he can't tag Giratina in next turn. Now, he can only swap water to water. So he actually can't do anything here. Put a Rocky Helmet on this Oricorio. And we're going to attack that Greninja. So you would have to have a leaf in order to ensure that they win here. So you can't bring... Wait, what? I thought it was water for water. I guess I read this wrong. Your active water with one of your bench Pokemon. I thought it had to be water for water. Well, I played that all wrong. Yeah, I completely misunderstood what that card did. I thought it had to be your active water Pokemon for your bench water Pokemon, but it was just your active water Pokemon for any card you have on your bench. and thus my inability to read has screwed me over once again. But all right, well, we did pretty well overall, I think, with the Raikou deck. I think we definitely won more than we lost. So I will take that at the end of the day, but a good game to that opponent. I do believe I'm going to end the video here, though. If you made it this far, I do thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.